Good morning. Thank you, Mo. I designed the first automatic button shank wrapping machine some 25 years ago. Since then, we've manufactured them in our factory in the UK and sold them worldwide. We're very happy now to be working with Jacksew to distribute these machines and the thread that goes with the machines in the States and beyond. How the machine works? Any button. This machine will secure any button. So from shirts, jackets, pants, blazers, military uniforms, anything really. Anything with a button. To start with, we need the shank to be a little bit looser than normal, because actually that's what you want. You don't want the button to sit flat onto the fabric, otherwise the buttonhole will splay open, it's difficult to button.
So you can have the space for the
space
thread to go inside.
Yeah, sure, mate, yeah.
Good.
So how it happens, we set the button sewing machine up to allow a little bit of loose thread. How the machine works, this is a special button fuse thread, which we sell alongside the machine. It's 400% elastic, so it's unlike any sewing thread that you would normally know. Around the outside is a component that, when it's heated, it fuses. The temperature is quite hot, it's above any ironing or fusing process heat, so it's completely secure. Wraps the thread under tension around the shank. So you can see here it's really tightly gripped. So this grips the shank very tightly, and then the machine automatically heats. It fuses 360 degrees around this shank, heats, fuses, cuts off the thread perfectly clean.
Very nice. So after the whole cycle goes,
Yeah.
and then it heats, and then that thing gets like tight. The thread gets tight.
It's absolutely tight, so that's really how it works. It's gripping tightly onto the
just
sewing
squeeze
thread,
it.
squeeze
Squeeze
it
it,
tightly,
okay.
and then with the fusing, everything is really held tightly, squeezed, fused, bonded,
Beautiful.
cut perfectly clean. The result is just a really nice.
This is actually, it's a very, very good, you know, in my 32 years of experience of this sewing machines and stuff. I mean, this is amazing.
Well, I'm glad
This
you
is
say so.
amazing, honestly. Yeah, I mean, we have to have it here in America.
You need
Honestly,
to.
Yeah, we have
I
to
mean,
have
America, for us, it's an untouched market. We've sold all over the world. We haven't
Definitely,
concentrated in
yes,
America.
yes.
So your customers will
They will love
be
it.
interested.
It goes over here. This is the
Yes.
this is the thread.
Thread goes
stand.
over here. Thread
Okay.
stand, yeah.
Okay.
So with normal single-phase power supplies,
I
small
see this tension over here. What is
Yeah.
this over here? This is a tension or something like that.
tension device, yeah.
Okay.
So very simple
Oh, okay.
through there.
Okay, that's a guide.
Yeah, guide
And then
through
another
there.
guide. Okay, good.
And then we take a piece of thread this length, hold it in your hand,
It's easy so far.
press the button.
Oh, it sucked the thread from
Suck the
the inside.
thread.
You just put it there and then it sucked the thread.
Now it's threaded up. It's ready to go.
Can we do it again, please?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, this is
Yes. So from the beginning again, you take a piece of thread.
okay. And you have the pedal there, right? You have
No,
the
no.
pedal,
I'll
or-
show you the pedal a little bit
Okay,
later. This
okay.
is automatic without the pedal at the moment.
Okay.
So all we do, thread through here, press
Okay.
the screen, hold the screen down,
Wow.
the thread comes out here,
That's good.
let go of this, the hook catches the thread, break it off, and it's now ready to go.
So the thread come out from here.
Thread comes out here, should I do it again?
Good. No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah.
Okay,
So you just like put the spool over here,
yeah,
this guide, and this guy over
Yeah,
here
yeah.
too.
Press the
you
screen,
push the
hold the
button,
button
and then
down.
it starts sucking from here. You put
Yeah.
the thread, and then it goes out.
so
Okay.
all it was,
Easy.
Yeah. Okay, so this machine, we have two versions of the machine. We have the S machine. S machine is really a standard machine. And that means for anything with a normal length shank, like a shirt, a pant,
Just
jacket.
like normal ones.
Normal one.
Okay.
That's the standard machine, the S machine. This machine is T version machine, and this has a facility to do the shank buttons, this type of
Shank
button.
button. Yes. Yes.
Or the very long raincoat button. And the way that works is that there's a mechanism inside which will hold the button,
Yes.
and it holds it and then wraps behind it. Otherwise the button is just flailing around. So this is an automatic feature.
Okay.
So this is the T version machine. They look exactly the same. Only difference is on this version you have 3 programs.
3 programs.
So a little picture here, if you can see this little. So that is the short shank, and the numbers mean here 15 wraps.
15. Yes.
This is
yeah.
the batch counter, 140. You can reset that at any time.
Okay.
Press it again.
30.
Long shank. See the picture is longer.
Yes,
This is for the
yes,
long one.
yes,
30
yes.
wraps.
Yeah.
So that means that it will wrap 15 up the shank and 15 back down the shank.
And you make it easy with the picture too, so it shows like the button
yeah,
it's
yeah.
too far. That's good.
Next one, shank button.
Okay.
This type.
Yes, yes.
17 wraps. That's simple. So
Nice.
if we go back to the beginning, 15
15,
wraps. So okay, let's change it to 16. Say, open the cover, press the start switch twice. Now we're on the picture here. Press that, and we can increase the number of wraps.
To 18.
14, up or down. You hold the start switch down to go down. Hold the start switch, that goes down.
Okay.
Release it to go up.
Okay.
Close the cover. That's now ready to go at 16 wraps.
Okay.
Now something interesting about the machine is that we have an app to go with the machine. So it's connected to the machine. And now you see we're changing the number of wraps here.
15.
See it's going up 20.
20. Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I can see it over here. It's changing, yes.
So we can change it here, but also you can
So you
select,
can just use your phone to do this.
you can select the number of wraps.
yeah.
You can go to the diagnostic page here. These are all the components inside.
Okay.
We can operate everything from the phone.
Interesting.
So that just makes it a little bit more user friendly. Not necessary to use the app. You can use without,
But
you
at
can-
least
yeah,
it helps a little bit.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
there's some settings in there
Yeah,
that you can
you can do it
change.
on the phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Nice.
Okay, so it's a little bit loose in here, and there you have it. So the cycle time is about 1 second. It's wrapped there
Beautiful.
16 times.
Beautiful.
It's heat sealed it. It's cut off the threads, and that's actually the perfect shank. Then would look great on any garment.
Amazing.
Yeah, and really as well as securing the button and looking nice, the actual user feels the
Yeah.
quality when you
Yeah.
button up the jacket or shirt. You
Can I see it?
Yeah, sure.
So it was just like this. You
Yeah.
can see it like that.
Floppy.
And then it become just like this. Look at that. More stronger. Yep.
So let's show you on a shirt. See the results on a shirt. So again, we start like this, a little bit loose. I've programmed the machine for 10 wraps. And there you go.
Very nice.
Yeah, absolutely
Very
perfect.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And then it's what it is. It's a little bit of quality on the garment for a tiny cost. The cost is in thread is minuscule, really, and it's very fast. So it's a tiny little addition to the garment, but
It's
so
time
important.
count. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
time count too.
So
A lot of people they're gonna ask about when the machine put like the thread
Yeah.
inside, it might get loose. So you said earlier that the heat
yeah.
can make it. Can you explain to them that, please?
Yeah,
So they know.
Sure. So what happens is the machine it wraps under tension.
Okay.
So this way it's wrapping under tension the thread, and then after it's wrapped, there's two hooks inside catching the thread. They're holding the thread. Now a heating fork comes in, and it grabs it right around, opens up, grabs right around, and heats all the way around the shank, and that fuses for maybe 0.6 of a second. And then after that's enough time to induce the heat into the shank, melts the melting
Melted.
component.
Oh, okay.
So there's a melting
That's the
component.
key.
Yeah.
It melted.
It's a
Yeah.
special thread on here that's
So
a melting
that's
component.
why it won't go
No,
nowhere.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's fused, which guaranteed.
That's good.
We pretty much guarantee the button will stay on for the lifetime
Wow.
of the garment.
Yeah, I can see it from this one.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
can
that.
see.
It's very, very, very strong. You will never like
No.
lifetime.
No.
You know.
And unlike if you imagine doing it without the heat, then you would have to somehow tie a knot.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
And the knot would not be reliable.
Yes,
Because it
yes.
depends on the person tying it.
So how we come with this idea for the heat?
Because the heat is the only way
Only way.
without tying the knot. And if you
Yes.
imagine if you tie the knot,
Yeah.
okay, if you successfully tie a knot, then you have to, you can't
Yeah.
cut it clean, you've got to leave a little tail.
And especially this thing moves, like people walk and
Yeah,
move and
yeah.
stuff. It will open,
Yeah.
anytime. But the heat keep it like real nice and clean.
Yeah.
See that?
And the heat guarantees against any washing or
You can wash it.
yeah. So that because it's actually bonded,
Yes.
then it guarantees against any of those processes.
Nice. Very good. Very good. So what question do people gave you when you you know, a lot of people, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people they call you about the machine. So what's the questions they give you that we can give to our people?
Yeah, I mean, the question is, one, how much does it cost to use?
Okay.
That's the question.
Okay.
The cost to use is really the thread cost. I mean, okay, you've got some labour costs, but it's very fast at 1 second per cycle.
Okay.
The cost, it depends on the number of wraps, but if you say maybe 1/4 to 1/3 of a cent per button is about the cost, that's one question that would be asked. Reliability is clearly always on someone's mind. This machine we've engineered with really the highest quality components. There's no shortcutting in the quality because we send them all over the world. We need them to be 100% reliable.
Yes,
they are.
yes,
they
yes,
are.
yeah.
These will work 2 or 3 shifts. They will just keep working. Other questions might ask is how easy it is to use.
Okay.
I mean, it's very easy to use, isn't it? Really.
I mean, I see it like very, very. I mean, you guys make it like real easy to use. So now you need the machine and you need a small compressor with it. That's definitely.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
need to have like the compressor with it.
a lot of factories have compressed air. If they don't
A
have
very small compressor.
compressed air,
Yeah.
then we recommend the very tiny one. The machine is
The
using
small
much air, little tiny one,
Okay.
not expensive,
That's
and that's
good.
all it needs.
So let's see the people that want to use other thread than this one here. Just like a normal, it's not gonna work.
It's not going to work.
So this is a very special thread for this machine.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
And we have like the thread and everything on hand.
Threads all in stock.
Beautiful.
In stock.
That's good.
72 colours. 72
okay.
colours.
Okay.
It's behind the button, which means it doesn't have to be an exact match. It's not like matching a seam
Yes,
where you need an
yes,
exact
yes,
match.
Yes.
72 is really too many, but
Yes.
some fashion colours are there. Normally you'd probably use one of 10 or 15 colours in normal production. It's in stock all the time, so
Okay.
the delivery is normally next day. Jacksew will have it in stock. So,
Yes, yes,
so-
absolutely, yes, absolutely.
No
We're
issue.
gonna have this. This is our baby now.
Yeah, yeah,
In
it's your
America.
baby to take forward. Yes.
I mean, actually, it's a good machine. Honestly, I mean, after you show us everything about the machine, this is real good. Now the question is, when you have like this button machine that you prepare your
Yeah.
button to your MMS.
Okay.
So on this one here, is it working with this button
No, the flat button.
or the flat button?
The flat button. So
Okay.
if you hadn't thought about wrapping the shank, you would normally sew the button on flat,
Okay.
which means flat to the fabric. Which
Okay.
means actually, if you think about it, that's not correct, because what that does is means it leaves no space for the buttonhole. So that's not a correct way, but it's the conventional way, because
Okay.
if you didn't think about wrapping the shank.
Okay.
So what we require to enable the space for the shank is a little bit of space before you wrap the shank. So we're looking for this.
Yes.
Now to achieve that on the standard button sewing machine, you can use it as a finger that you can
Okay.
use.
Uh-huh.
A little bit cumbersome, depending on your stitch pattern, doesn't work, because if you're sewing in the same direction as the wire, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So we developed this little chap, and
Okay.
what this does, it fits to the conventional Dürkopp or any other type of button
Any
sewing
machine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All of them are the same anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty
yeah.
similar, most of them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so that just fits on there. What it does, there's a little dial here,
Yes.
and it lifts up the button.
This dial over here.
Yeah.
So this one gives you like how many? I mean, the space
this
in
is
between
millimeters
the.
actually,
Okay.
but it just lifts up the button and holds the fabric down.
Okay.
So you're basically adjusting the height.
So this one goes under the clamp,
Yeah.
or on the top of the clamp.
No. So the button clamp is actually in practice, it's like that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So
that-
it
yes.
goes on top of
So
the clamp.
it's the button that would be held above,
Yes.
depending on where this dial is set
Yes.
to achieve the different
Yes.
height.
How much you want? Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on a shirt, you don't need much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're looking at 2.5 millimeters, a little bit less than an eighth of an inch, which is the smallest setting. But you get to the raincoat one, you might need maybe up to 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
So you can adjust that on here quite simply.
Beautiful. That's good. So a lot of people they're gonna be asking me about this guys over
Okay.
here. This button.
So this button's a different story.
Okay.
Now you can buy the simple shank button holding clamp for a standard button sewing machine. Sometimes effective depending on the fabric, sometimes not so good. It's a little bit of a grey area.
Okay.
MMS has developed a special machine which actually is called the BAT 16, which actually holds the button like this. The fabric is put into
It's
the machine
there?
like this,
Okay.
and it sews it like this. So this is a special purpose machine for some of these buttons.
It sews it like
yeah,
this.
it sews it like
Okay,
this.
Okay.
So either way, you either use a simple attachment that you can fit to the standard machine,
Yeah.
or you can use for more difficult
You-
fabrics or
okay.
higher production. You can use our BAT 16 machine.
Okay. Okay.
Either way, on this type of button,
Mm-hmm.
you should use a chain stitch machine.
Chain stitch.
Reason being
Mm-hmm.
that lock stitch finds it difficult to form the stitch
Mm-hmm.
when it's too high above the needle plate. It's really difficult. You have to run the machines quite slowly,
Yes.
or it
yes,
starts skipping
yes,
stitches.
Yes, absolutely.
Chain stitch actually doesn't have that problem, so you can run them very fast. People have it in their mind that chain stitch actually is going to come loose.
Yes. Yes.
With our wrapping, it doesn't come loose.
Yes.
So now many brands around the world are very happy to accept chain stitch, even for a lot of shirt companies using chain stitch if it's wrapped with the MMS buttonfuse system,
Okay.
because it secures the chain stitch. So that gives another advantage, that the chain stitch machine is much easier to use than lock stitch. No bobbins to change.
Chain stitch.
Yeah, it's faster.
Yeah.
So it opens up a different avenue of attaching
Beautiful.
buttons.
That's good. That's good. So it's good to know. I see this guy over here. This flags over here. What is that for?
Okay, that's for loading new program. If there's software update, this type of thing.
Okay.
Out to the back here, 2 tubes. The waste comes.
Two tubes over here.
Yeah. So what happens if you think about, we're wrapping the button, we're catching it with the hooks, 2 hooks, heating, breaking off. In one of those hooks is going to be a little piece of thread.
Yes.
Waste.
Yes. Yeah.
Now over the years, 20 years ago, the waste was this big. We've engineered the machine over time to be much faster and reduce the waste. Now it's like
More smaller.
half an inch. So it's almost nothing now. So
Yes.
the cost of using this
Yes.
this machine has become less and less.
Yes.
It fires out to the back. If I run one, you may be able to see it if you've got eyes like a hawk. No, you didn't see it.
It goes.
It goes, yeah, it flies.
Okay.
Let's see if we can catch it.
Technology is good.
There he is.
Yeah, that's the guy over here.
Yeah. So you see how tiny that is?
Yeah.
That used to be 6 inches long, so now it's
So
just
now
tiny.
it's like
yeah.
So the people they can lose like a lot of thread.
No. So this is why you get. And another question you asked me about, questions people ask is how many buttons per code.
Okay.
So it clearly depends on the number of wraps. It depends also on success in making the shank long enough to start with.
Yes.
If it's too short, if you imagine you've got the 4 pieces of thread,
Yes.
you're wrapping in a bigger diameter.
Yes.
If it's long enough, then it's
Yes.
able to constrict and do the
Yes.
job properly, and the
Yeah.
diameter is much smaller.
Yes.
So if you've got that correct, and you're wrapping shirt buttons with maybe 8 wraps, then you've got between 8 and 10,000 buttons per code.
10,000.
8 to 10,000
10,000 buttons.
per code. On a jacket, that could be 5 to 6,000. Raincoat
Because
maybe
it's
4,000.
rather-
Longer shanks.
Because this is real fast. It's just like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. You have your button. It's there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
you don't need, you don't need nothing. Just to put the button. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, to give you an example, I went to a factory in India. This was maybe 10 years ago. They had 40 girls sat on the floor wrapping the buttons by hand.
Wow.
I showed them this machine.
And there was like,
They replaced the 40 girls with 6 machines. Wow. And it was an impressive.
and they might increase like production.
Absolutely, they did.
They might
Yeah.
increase like the production.
Our best in the rest of the world, and we'd show it to all. In the UK, Savile Row, the highest quality suit makers, they have them. They buy one machine. They just like it. Just to,
And
don't
they
use
start
it.
buying and buying.
Yeah. And we go from the smallest guy with one machine to the biggest.
We
guy.
have few companies here in America that they do just like suits and stuff like that. They don't know nothing about this one, so hopefully this thing it's gonna be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
You will be there like working just like crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good machine. It's a very good machine. I love it. In my 32 years experience on sewing machines and irons and everything, this is the first time I'm impressed with something smaller, simple, and the people that can use it for a long time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm glad
And
you
it's
love it.
fixable and the parts are there. Everything
Absolutely.
is-
I mean,
okay.
but it's like I say, we've engineered it to be absolutely
So we have
reliable.
the
We've
parts.
had them all over the place.
Because a lot of people, they're gonna be like, well, do we have the parts? Yes, we have the parts.
Yeah, we absolutely
We have
all
all the
available.
parts.
Yeah.
So the hooks, how long they work, you know, how many years that they have to change those hooks
I mean, we have machines 20 years old with the same hook.
with the same hooks.
I mean, yeah, they don't need to change these things. You know, like anything can happen in a factory that someone has got the scissors in there and damages a hook, and that can happen.
Yes,
Can't it?
exactly.
But in normal use, things like that just don't wear out in this machine.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, as you can appreciate, you're not touching anything here.
You're not touching nothing.
You're just pushing the button in there.
Yes.
On a regular sewing machine,
Yes,
you're a bit more in
yes.
contact with the needle, and the needle can break. And
So again, Mr. Do you think this machine, like, if somebody asks you what's break on this machine, usually?
we have a heating element. Now, the actual element, you could say, is consumable, like any element of heat.
Okay.
But having said that, it's a little element, tiny element.
Mm-hmm.
It might last 5, 10 years. It might last a year.
It's easy to replace.
It's easy to replace. It's not so expensive. It's simple to replace it in a few minutes. So this is one thing that you could say you might need.
That's good.
Other than that, really, no. If the machine is used correctly, it doesn't need it. I mean, like anything, something can go wrong.
Yes.
Something could go wrong. But in normal, no. Which has enabled us to sell so many around the world. That it's got a reputation for reliability.
Okay.
But if something should go wrong, we have maybe 20 YouTube videos of every little detail,
yes.
fault finding.
Okay.
It just shows you what
Okay.
could go wrong and how to fix it and this type of thing.
Okay.
So that's not an issue.